Theo led Maya through a maze of corridors, his grip firm but gentle on her arm. The alarms continued blaring as they ducked into a small research lab. "You shouldn't be here," he said, checking the hallway before locking the door. "How did you get that pendant?" "It came in a package with letters explaining your family's connection to it." Maya crossed her arms. "I assumed they were from you." "I never sent anything." His brow furrowed. "Someone wanted you to bring that here, but why?" Before Maya could respond, the door opened with a soft click. They both turned to see a woman enter, tall and graceful with striking violet eyes and dark hair pulled into a tight bun. Despite the chaos, she moved with calm purpose. "Dr. Walker, we need to evacuate," she said, her voice musical with an accent Maya couldn't place. The stranger's gaze fell to the pendant and something flashed across her face. Recognition, then alarm. "You've brought it here?" "This is Dr. Zara Voss," Theo said. "My research partner." Maya felt an unexpected twinge of jealousy. "Lovely to meet you. I'm the woman Theo abandoned without explanation 3 years ago." Zara tilted her head slightly. "So you're Maya." There was no surprise in her tone. "He spoke of you often?" The building shuddered and dust filtered down from the ceiling. Zara moved to a wall panel, pressing her palm against it. A hidden door slid open, revealing a narrow staircase. "We must go," she insisted. "They've found us! Who's found us?" Maya demanded, but Theo was already pulling her toward the passage. "The same people who've been hunting this artifact for centuries," he explained. "I left to protect you from them, Maya. I never wanted you involved." As they descended, Maya studied Theo's profile in the dim emergency lighting. The pain in his eyes seemed genuine, and despite everything, she found herself wanting to believe him. They emerged into an underground garage where a sleek vehicle waited. Zara took the driver's seat while Theo ushered Maya into the back before joining her. "Where are we going?" Maya asked as the car accelerated through a tunnel. "Somewhere safe," Zara answered, her eyes meeting Maya's in the rearview mirror with unsettling intensity. As they drove, Theo explained that the pendant was more than a family heirloom. It was an ancient artifact with properties they were still trying to understand. His research team had been studying similar objects when they'd received warnings that others were closing in. "That's why I disappeared," he said softly. "They threatened to target anyone close to me." Maya felt his fingers tentatively brush against hers. Despite her anger, she didn't pull away. The familiar electricity of his touch awakened memories she'd tried to bury. "You could have told me," she whispered. "Would you have let me go?" he asked, his voice breaking slightly. She had no answer. Instead, she noticed something odd about Zara, a faint purple tint visible on her wrist where her sleeve had ridden up. When Zara caught her staring, the woman quickly adjusted her cuff. But their eyes locked in a moment of silent understanding. They were all keeping secrets, and Maya was beginning to suspect that Theo's might not be the most extraordinary. The safe house was a remote cabin nestled in dense forest. Inside, Zara secured the perimeter while Theo set up equipment. Maya watched them work with practiced efficiency, wondering what else she didn't know about the man she once planned to marry. "You two seem comfortable together," she remarked, unable to keep the edge from her voice. Theo paused. "It's not what you think, Maya." "I don't know what to think anymore." Zara approached, her expression serious. "Perhaps it's time for complete honesty." She looked at Theo, who nodded reluctantly. What happened next left Maya speechless. Zara touched a device on her wrist and her appearance shimmered. The human disguise fell away, revealing purple skin, those same violet eyes now larger, and delicate features that were undeniably alien yet beautiful. "My name is Zarala, from the Lyran system," she said. "I came to Earth tracking the artifact you now possess." Maya sank into a chair, staring at the pendant in her hand. "This is extraterrestrial?" "It's a navigation key," Zarala explained. "One of several scattered across your galaxy during my ancestors' exploration era. It contains coordinates to my homeworld." "And you've been helping her?" Maya asked Theo. He nodded. "After I left you, I was approached by a government team investigating anomalous objects. That's how I met Zarala. She revealed herself only after confirming I could be trusted. The people hunting us want the key to locate my world." Zarala continued, "Not for peaceful contact, but for its resources." As night fell, they talked by firelight. Theo explained how leaving Maya had been the hardest decision of his life, how he'd watched her from afar to ensure her safety. The revelation should have angered Maya, but instead, she felt the walls around her heart beginning to crumble. Later, when Zarala stepped outside to monitor the perimeter, Theo moved beside Maya on the couch. "I never stopped loving you," he confessed, his voice barely audible. "Every day away from you was torture." Maya looked up at him, at the face she'd dreamed about for 3 lonely years. "You hurt me, Theo. Deeply. I know." His fingers gently traced her cheek. "I'll spend a lifetime making it up to you if you'll let me." The tension between them broke like a dam. Maya found herself in his arms, their lips meeting in a kiss that spoke of longing and lost time. His hands trembled as they rediscovered her, reverent and careful as though she might disappear. "I missed you," she whispered against his neck as they held each other. Outside, Zarala watched the humans embrace through the window, feeling an unfamiliar emotion. In her centuries of existence, she had never witnessed the complex beauty of human love, its fragility and resilience intertwined. The pendant glowed softly in response to the genuine emotions filling the cabin. For the first time, Zarala wondered if there was more to learn from humans than just their science. Dawn broke with the sound of approaching vehicles. Zarala woke them with urgent whispers. They'd been found. Within minutes, they were fleeing through the forest, the pendant secure in a shielded container. "Who betrayed our location?" Theo asked as they reached a hidden vehicle. "The pendant emits energy when activated by strong emotions," Zarala explained, glancing meaningfully between Theo and Maya. "Last night's reconciliation likely created a signal they could track." Maya blushed but felt no regrets. The night in Theo's arms had healed wounds she thought would scar forever. They drove for hours, eventually reaching a desolate stretch of coast where a small boat waited. As they prepared to depart, gunshots rang out. A bullet grazed Theo's arm and Maya pulled him to safety while Zarala confronted their pursuers. The alien moved with impossible grace, her strength beyond human capability, as she disabled 3 attackers without killing them. When she returned, her disguise was damaged, revealing patches of purple skin. "Are you okay?" Maya asked Theo as she bandaged his wound. "I've had worse," he managed, though pain etched lines around his eyes. Zarala studied them. "You care deeply for each other." "It's beautiful in its way." Maya looked up. "Don't they have love where you come from?" "We form bonds, but not like yours. The intensity of human emotion is unique." Zarala seemed almost wistful. "My people would consider it chaotic, but I've come to see its value." They set sail as sunset painted the sky in shades that matched Zarala's natural skin tone. On the boat with Theo resting below deck, Maya found herself alone with the alien. "He never stopped talking about you," Zarala said. "Even when we discovered the pendant's connection to my world, his first thought was how it might endanger you." "Why did someone send it to me?" "Perhaps someone wanted to force Theo's hand. Or perhaps the artifact itself chose you." "It's an object," Maya said skeptically. Zarala smiled. "My people believe that some objects absorb the essence of those who possess them. This pendant was with Theo's family for generations. It holds their memories, their desires, including Theo's longing for you." Below deck, Maya tended to Theo as he slept fitfully. She dampened a cloth and pressed it to his fevered brow, wondering how her life had transformed so completely in just days. From heartbroken photographer to fugitive alongside an alien and the man who'd abandoned her. Yet, watching Theo's face in repose, Maya recognized that the love she'd tried to extinguish had merely been banked, waiting for the right moment to flame anew. She brushed her lips against his and his eyes fluttered open. "I thought I dreamed you," he murmured, pulling her close despite his injury. "I'm real," she assured him, resting her head on his chest. "And I'm not going anywhere." Outside, Zarala gazed at the stars of her distant home, feeling both alien and strangely connected to the human drama unfolding in her care. The island sanctuary appeared as dawn broke, a sliver of land forgotten by modern maps. Ancient ruins dotted its shores, covered in symbols matching those on the pendant. "My ancestors left outposts throughout the galaxy," Zarala explained as they made landfall. This was one of their observation points for early human civilization. In the center of the ruins stood a stone dais. When Zarala placed the pendant in its center, holographic star maps illuminated the morning air. She worked quickly, her fingers dancing through the projection. "I'm encoding a false location," she said. Anyone who accesses this now will be directed to an uninhabited system. Won't your people be angry? Maya asked. I was sent to retrieve this key, not to endanger my world by leaving a trail. Zarala's eyes held wisdom beyond human years. Besides, I've discovered something more valuable than my original mission. What's that? Theo asked, his arm around Maya's waist. That connection, true connection, transcends species and worlds. She looked at them with something like affection. You humans, despite your brief lives, love with incredible devotion. As Zarala completed her work, Maya and Theo walked along the shore. The past days had been extraordinary, but this moment, fingers intertwined, the rhythm of their steps in perfect harmony, felt like the true miracle. What happens now? Maya asked. Theo stopped, turning to face her. That depends on you. I joined this project thinking I had nothing left to lose. Now, his eyes searched hers. Now I have everything to lose again. Maya touched the scar above his eyebrow. You won't lose me. But no more secrets, Theo. No more noble sacrifices without consulting me first. I promise. He sealed the vow with a kiss that spoke of new beginnings. When they returned, Zarala had news. The pendant is now a simple artifact. Its power is dormant. My people will send a proper diplomatic envoy when your world is ready, but that may be generations from now. What about you? Maya asked. I'll continue my studies of humanity. A smile transformed Zarala's alien features, perhaps with friends who know my true nature. That evening, as sunset painted the sky in watercolors, the three stood at the island's edge. Different species, different paths, now intertwined by chance and choice. I came looking for answers, Maya said, leaning against Theo. Instead, I found a future I never imagined. The woman I left in tears returned holding my past, Theo mused, but she gave me back my future instead. Zarala looked upward at the emerging stars. On my world, we have a saying, hearts separated by space may still beat as one. I never understood until now. As night embraced them, Maya realized that sometimes love takes unexpected journeys across time, space, and forgiveness. The pendant that brought them together now lay dormant, its purpose fulfilled not in connecting distant worlds, but in reconnecting hearts that were always meant to find their way back to each other. And under the same stars that shone on distant purple worlds, two humans and their alien friend began writing a new story. One without endings, only new chapters waiting to unfold. Maya Bennett adjusted her camera lens, focusing on the city skyline as the sun dipped below the horizon. Photography had become her sanctuary after Theo walked out of her life 3 years ago. The memory still stung, his final words echoing in her mind. I can't explain, but this is for your own good. She packed her equipment and headed to her apartment where a package awaited. No return address, just her name scrawled in familiar handwriting that made her heart skip. Inside was a small wooden box containing yellowed letters and a strange pendant that seemed to pulse with an inner light. Maya, if you're reading this, you deserve the truth, the note began. She sank into her chair, fingers trembling as she read about Theo's family legacy as guardians of an ancient artifact, the very pendant now in her possession. According to the letters, Theo had left to protect her from people who would stop at nothing to acquire it. What a convenient excuse, she muttered, tossing the letter aside. Yet curiosity gnawed at her. The pendant felt warm against her palm, its surface etched with symbols unlike any language she recognized. Maya spent the night researching, finding Theo's name connected to a private research facility outside the city. By morning, she'd made her decision. If Theo wanted to explain himself after 3 years of silence, he could do it face to face. At her studio, she canceled appointments and packed a bag. Her assistant, Jen, looked concerned. Taking off again? You've been restless lately. Maya tucked the pendant into her pocket. Just unfinished business. I'll be back in a few days. The drive to the facility took hours, giving Maya plenty of time to rehearse what she'd say. The anger she'd suppressed for years bubbled to the surface. How dare he disappear, then reappear with some fantastical story. The research facility looked ordinary, a modern building nestled against rolling hills. Maya smoothed her blouse, squared her shoulders, and approached security with confidence she didn't feel. I need to see Theo Walker, she said firmly. The guard looked skeptical. Do you have an appointment? Tell him Maya Bennett is here with something that belongs to him. She fingered the pendant in her pocket. He'll want to see me. 20 minutes? Later, she sat in a sterile waiting room, heart pounding. When the door finally opened, the sight of him stole her breath. Theo looked different, leaner, with shadows under his eyes and a small scar above his left eyebrow that hadn't been there before. But his eyes, those intense blue eyes that had once looked at her with love, now widened in unmistakable fear. Maya, he whispered, how did you find me? She stood, pulling out the pendant. You sent this, didn't you? Confusion crossed his face. I never... He stopped, staring at the artifact now glowing brightly between them. Where did you get that? Don't play games, Theo. You left me in tears and now I'm back with your mysterious family heirloom. Explain yourself. Before he could answer, alarms blared throughout the building. Theo grabbed her arm. We need to go. Now. I'm not going anywhere until... If you have that pendant, you're in danger. His expression was deadly serious. Please, Maya, trust me one more time. Something in his voice reached past her anger. As the facility erupted into chaos around them, Maya made a choice that would change everything.